Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast for another match day Watchalong. This time it's international football. Yay, that's how bad things are, guys. We are covering international football. Worst off, it's England. Southgate's England. Yay. What could go wrong? But we are here for the England versus North Macedonia Euro 24. Qualifying match, 3 games into this qualifying malarkey with 1-3 out of 3. Not going to make it 4 out of 4. Playing at Old Trafford tonight for some bizarre reason for the first time in 15 plus years. Oh, but we want to reconnect with the fans around the country. Yeah, you just seen a money grabbing situation. But it is what it is. Yeah, even Stefan, Ipswich fan Stefan saying, yeah, international fucking football. Oh, you got to laugh. If you don't laugh, you cry, Stefan. And Ange and Emerson, all people already in the chat as well. If you are new to the channel, I'll put the teams up on the screen. If you are new to the channel, do smash that like button, do subscribe as well, obviously. It's completely free of charge. If you want to become a member, this will be a join button. Press that button. That takes you through to the options of levels of membership. There's only 2 levels on this channel. The lowest is 99p. The highest, the only other, is £2.99. Pick which one you want. You become a member. You get all these benefits that come with it as listed as you go into it all. Plus many, many more. Apart from that, let's get into it. I mean, the lineup. I mean, it's North Macedonia at home. You'd think there'd be a few changes, like in goal, things like that. No. Same old with old Gareth. Pickford in goal. I mean, what's the point? I mean, with all due respect, I don't rate you guys, the regulars here know that I don't rate Pickford at all. The fact he's England's number 1 still is a joke, considering for the last 2 years he's been part of a relegation scrap with his club. And leaking goals galore, but because it's for his country, he doesn't do it for his country. Oh, that's okay. It's bollocks. But we're playing North Macedonia, for crying out loud. He could have rotated the goalkeeper at least. Otherwise, what's the point of picking never 2? Pardon, sorry. And going for a 4-3-3. But according to this is on the England Twitter page, by the way. So this is the formation they're putting out, by the way. We're going for a 4-3-3 tonight. We've got Walker at right back, Jonathan Stones at centre back, the human fridge or the slabhead, what you want to call him, at centre back alongside Stones, and Luke Shaw at left back. Yeah, because that's not an aging back line, is it? It needs freshening up at all? No, of course not. We've got Trent sort of freshening things up. We've got Trent in midfield again. Typical Gareth Southgate, copying fucking Jurgen Klopp and certain things, but it is what it is. But Declan Rice, a bit of Arsenal watch here, potentially with Declan. See how he does tonight. Make sure he keeps fit and doesn't get any injuries and all that. And so we do sort out agree a fee with West Ham. He can pass his medical, obviously. And then Henderson, by the way, started the last 2 games. He has started every game since the World Cup, but in the World Cup, he was a sub. Makes sense of that one. And this is meant to be getting ready for next summer, but makes sense of that one. And then Bukayo Saka, by the way, who took up a knock in the first half of the last game on Friday night, and did get hooked off, didn't look too good. He's back. Yay. So Saka watched as well tonight. And then Harold up top. Shocker there. And Rashford down on the left-hand side. And on the bench, I have no idea because they ain't giving us a bench for some reason. Does my nutting, to be honest, supposed to cheer players who you didn't like in a club capacity? Well, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's the fact of we've got a manager who's clueless. Let's be brutally honest there. He just hasn't. Yeah, as I say, he hasn't got a clue. I've said it. I've been saying it for how long? But everyone comes at me, including Chris and us, going, "But he's got to the World Cup semi-final. He got to the Euro final. Did we win the fucking tournaments? No." And the second World Cup he'd managed in quarterfinals. What's the ongoing pattern in them 3 games? We played decent opposition. Croatia. Some obviously we know that Croatia team was like about 4 years ago. Got torn a new one there. The Euros final against Italy on our own turf, 1-0 up, coasting. He tactically switches it up, fucks it, realises he's fucked it, but then doesn't switch back. We lose that final. Hence the abuse of Rashford, Jadon, and Saka. And my ranting that night towards Southgate for that. And then the last World Cup against France, defending champions, what does he go and do? And we go and get knocked out again. As soon as he gets some sort of control in the game, he goes, "You like the never games? No, don't want that. Handbrake on." He fucks it. So I cannot stand him. And the sooner he goes, the better. The fact of the matter is, after the World Cup, the second we got knocked out, he bent the FA over the table and basically went, "I'm in charge. I'll dictate. I'll toy with you a little bit, but I'm going to dictate when I go." I'm sorry, what? What have you done to justify this? You haven't won. Cool, go away. This is a manager, by the way, before getting an England job. Couldn't get a job since 2009 when he got sacked at Middlesbrough in the Championship. But he's meant to be the best thing available in England. Go away. And saying, "Damn you, Southgate, playing star boy again." He's going to do. He don't care. That's what I'm saying about him being clueless. He says he plays his favourites and likes to Southgate, the poster boys, and run him into the ground because he doesn't care. Emerson saying, "Hi, I sent you the lineup of the Switzerland versus Romania match, and Saka does play. Watching that on Vista Play. And we'll update you on about no worries, Emerson. Keep relying on that one. The teams are coming out on my screen now at Old Trafford. It's bizarre. Fucking got Wembley. The only reason we used Old Trafford 11 years ago because we had Wembley getting redeveloped, for crying out loud. Chris in the chat. Chris Maguire is fine for England. I hate that he gets booed for his man. I know I won't boo a player. I don't condone booing of a player. No matter what our opinions are of certain players being in the England squad or international setup on form or whatever. I'll never condone booing a player or abusing someone. I just have my opinion on that. How the hell is he in the squad? How is Shawston in the squad? How is it our back line so aging, knowing that he can't realise it? Got Luca in the chat. I've got Stefan in the chat as well, as I mentioned before. He has got to a final. And we fucking lost. It was on our turf. Stefan, it was on our turf. 2 minutes in, we were 1-0 up. We were coasting. We were dominating the strongest Italy side I've seen in years, by the way. We were dominating them. And for some bizarre reason, he didn't like that. Decided to do a tactical switch on things. That allowed Italy to have some sort of say in the game. Otherwise, it'd be the most one-sided final ever. Realised he screwed up, but he couldn't revert. He didn't have the knowledge and know-how to go, "I need to revert back to my first tactics." And by the time he did fucking realise, he got confident. They got the 1-1 with cheerleading. They got confident. Nemeth's in the chat as well. How you doing, Nemeth? How many more times are you going to say this? Going to repeat this joke this summer? This summer, Nemeth. Jesus Christ. Stefan saying, "I actually think that playing negative football is a remit to managing the Venables. Back that 29 system was sacked on a made-up charge." Yeah, that's true. You look at the managers before and then since then, especially since then. Jesus Christ. Was it Venables? Venables was sacked. It was Spen after Tay, wasn't it? I swear it was. I think it was Spen. Gone Ericsson for a few years, and then he left. And we got fucking the Wally with a body, Steve McLaren, for about a year and a half. The worst year and a half in my life as an England supporter, and that's saying something. And then from McLaren, he went to Capello. I think it was Capello, and Capello, the experienced manager he was at the time, had come and do a rebuild with scraps basically. And even then he made mistakes, and he just pissed me off. In the end, he dropped Walcott in the most informed player in his position. No one scored more goals in his position for England as an English player in the league, and he got dropped before the World Cup for Aaron fucking Lennon, who did next to nothing that season. But anyway, nevertheless, that then backfired, and then after it was after Capello. Since then, we've gone down the English route, haven't we, with managers? But I think now Capello, is it Roy, Croydon Roy, and now and then Big Sam for like one game, and then he done what he did, and yeah, that's ultimate fucking old school defense FC football. That would have been, Jesus Christ. And then we've got Southgate. It's just Mr. Yes Man. Oh, Eureka! That's not Eureka for a brief moment. Came in the manager yet. Oh dear! Big up Craig as well. How you doing, my mate? Are you keeping well? And hope you had a good weekend, by the way, and enjoying this weather while we've got it. Southgate forever, Jesus Christ. Arsene Wenger for the England job. Wenger would actually do a better job. With the talent we've got in this squad, he'd fucking thrive with this lot. I know you hate the David do it for laughing or bit. But let's be brutally honest, dude. With this squad, the way he liked to play as well, oh my God, we would actually look good and we would thrive. I think might actually win something, ironically. Why? Why was worst? I was outraged. Mate, it was also the weight. It wasn't just losing to him. It's the fact we look at that squad again, even though it was like just a mixed match of God knows what. We had a good enough squad to get through that ice and get to at least the semis of that tournament. If you look at it in the grand scheme of things, and Croydon Roy did what he did, and then against Iceland as well, we went 1-0 up. Any other team in that position, when we're the heavy favourites with a bit better experienced squad and all that, the likes of Rooney and Jack Wilshere, Harry Kane just hitting on the scene as well for his first international tournament, just to name a few there. They would have just kicked on that game and absolutely demolished Iceland. But no, don't be silly. Let's go and do it. Let's make Steve McLaren look good, basically. Kevin Costner's a gooner. Yeah, mentioned that one before. England always have amazing players, but the way they are developed in the national team is big old, to say the least. Yep. Oh, let's get this down. Let's get the scoreboard ready as they do their huddles. 1 second, guys. If you haven't already, guys, do smash that. If you ever come in, you haven't yet. Do hit that like button as well, and do spread the word about the stream. But apart from that, give me a score predictions, by the way. Who do you think is going to be the standout players tonight? And how long do you? I'm actually going to put in the stream. How long do you reckon until I start dozing off during this game? Let's do it like that, and we're underway. There we go. The scoreboard is up. Right. Steve Bow, seriously, Channel 4. Why? How did Channel 4 get into? How did Channel 4 get the rights for international football? How? It's not fair. One second, guys. 1 second. 1 second. Got to deal with something. 1 sec. Bloody hell. Nearly. Wait. Sorry about that. Macedonia will be 5 minutes, but after time. Oh, God. Luke will have a meltdown in the chat if that happens. 5-0 England. Trent man the match. Not biased at all. No. Of course not. Of course not, Chris. Someone that Channel 4 is good at giving. Okay, cool. Yeah. Moving on. I used to know Andrews Townsend years ago. Okay. I'd say he was a decent player, don't get me wrong, but no other platform, whatever, would you see Townsend be a co-commentator on? Not even on BT, that's saying something. Oh, Macedonia on the attack here. They're on the attack. Ball in, nearly. No. Oh, Maguire being a fidget on his home turf. What are your thoughts on Gary O'Neill getting sacked? Completely caught me off guard, to be honest. I weren't expecting that. No one was expecting it, obviously. It was completely caught off guard, and Jesus Christ. But it's new ownership, aren't they? Because he was hired as the manager under the old ownership before the takeover. It's sort of like, okay, but we want our man. We want someone we hired to be them, and that's what's happened there. They just wanted someone that they hired themselves and not inherited. But the person they've hired, I haven't got a clue who he is. I'll be brutally honest, I ain't got a clue. Apparently, he used to be an assistant coach at some point to Bielsa, so Tom will be happy there. Spencer, how many Saturday players ended up loaned back to Newcastle or Chelsea? especially Newcastle, you watch. You got Hawk winning in the chat. Troy, how you doing, my friend? Right, milk. Right. I played football with Henry Lansbury once at Potter's Bar. That's going way back. Henry Lansbury as well. Where does Henry Lansbury even play at now? Last time I heard he was at Luton. And that was like 2 seasons ago. USA Balogun looked great last night. I've seen the goals. I've seen the goals from Balogun, and I'm sorry. I've got to agree with the majority of the fan base and saying we can't let him go. We really can't. I said it in the previous stream this morning, Spence. I'd rather let Nketiah go and keep Balogun. Balogun's more suited to our style of play. He'll be more of a threat than Eddie. I don't know if I can tell him more of a threat than Eddie. Foot. What is going on in the Arsenal transfer series? Kai Havertz is not the answer. I've given my opinions on. I've already given my opinions on Kai Havertz. I'm not doing what Luca does on social media or anyone else that other people do. Having a complete meltdown. Again, he's not. As I say, he's not the complete answer for what we need. But Arteta clearly has a plan with Kai. If he ends up coming in, all we've got to do is sit back and see what Arteta wants to use him as, a striker, a winger, midfielder, what. But we do know Arteta will literally pick a position, and like we've seen with Ben White, he'll have a position in mind for him, and he'll put him there straight from the off if he can, and see what happens. I mean, another way to look at it is of Leverkusen, Chelsea, Germany, right? What's the one thing missed? Doesn't fit right. Two of them names. That I've mentioned there. He played and plays phenomenal at. Chelsea being the one and not in that bracket, basically. What's the one thing different? Main difference there? The way that their style of play, the way they play. Yeah, I've said again in terms of what your next comment is. So Havertz is a squad player. He'll be a squad player. I said it the other day. When I first touched on it on Saturday, I think it was, or whenever. He'll be coming in no matter how much we pay for him, and all the fees and this and the other. He'll be a squad player. He will not be a starter. Let's just get that nipped in the bud. When he first gets here, he's going to be a squad player. The only way he's going to become at some point a starter is if an injury happens or form for whoever's playing in his position drops and he gets an opportunity, and then he's got to see if he takes it or not. But he will be a squad player predominantly until otherwise notified. But the way Chelsea played never suited Kai Havertz and what sort of player he is and all that. Never suited him. Look at Leverkusen, Kai Havertz. Look at the Germany. Germany had another rebuild, whatever. But when he plays with Germany, he's a complete. We've seen it when we played against England, and in other international sports more recently. When he plays with Germany, he's a completely different player to what you see in a Chelsea shirt. So it's clearly the playing style doesn't suit him at Chelsea. Potentially, him coming to Arsenal when we're now we're starting to get back to our good old days of playing attractive, attacking football, will suit him more. We might see the Kai Havertz we see at Germany, the Kai Havertz we saw at Leverkusen maybe. But I'm not going to throw my toys at the pram just yet until I've seen him play. if we do sign him. That's if we do. Mr. Wong was in the KFC at the moment. He's always at KFC. This transfer window was about finding 2 starters and improvements to the roster positions 30 to 80. Exactly. We know assuming we don't mess up with Declan, if we get Declan in ASAP, he's one of the starters, one of the 2 starters we're going to be buying. And then when it comes down to that second starter, I don't know yet because I don't know their entire plans just yet. But the likes of Kai Havertz, Levia, the Crystal Palace at the back, Gay, they're going to be predominantly squad players. We did touch on this earlier in this morning's transfers catch-up show. That in terms of our squad depth, we need to bolster our squad depth. When we're back, I keep saying it like fucking record, but we're back in the Champions League, and that's going to be more drawing on this squad more than ever because it's the first time it's gone in how many years, 7 years or whatever it's been. Ryan, do you honestly believe that we were signed Declan Rice? Honestly, I do. Just based on the fact at this moment in time, we've made the bid, the opening bid. Obviously, you got this rejected, as we know, because of the structure. They didn't like the structure or whatever. But we know other clubs are lurking, but because he's made it so abundantly clear to West Ham, apparently, he's only interested in staying in London and moving to Arsenal. That's all he's interested in going to. Not interested in going anywhere else. So basically telling them don't block the move. Do whatever you can to help manufacture that move, basically, to Arsenal. That's going in our favour at the moment. It's down to us. That's the second bid. When we make that second bid, we cannot afford to fuck it up, basically. We cannot have an entire summer of back and forth. Havertz will play an 8 or a 10 and prove people wrong. Been on the record. Okay, cool, Spencer. We'll note that. Trust me. This lot will note that. But I think we will. Just in the fact that he's put it out there that no, it's Arsenal is who I want to be playing at next season. I want to stay in London, and that's where I want to be playing at. No if, buts, or maybes. He's made it abundantly clear to West Ham. And that's another reason why no other club hasn't actually made a bid yet. They're lurking, they're waiting to see if we pull away and leave them to it. But because he's made it so clear, they're having to lurk and wait and see if we step away. And saying we are getting P Vice Rice baby and City can keep their dirty mitts off him. Yep, exactly. The thing with City, they're going through this mode now, what we saw at Chelsea in the early years at Chelsea, under Roman. They're so arrogant and believe and so self-confident, so much self-confidence in themselves that because of the money they've got as well, they're now going out and buying players for the sake of it, just to stop their rivals from strengthening and getting them particular players. Calvin Phillips is an example there. If they were to get Declan, that would ram it home even more. Now that party is even more reason why we need Casado. Well, again, there's conflicting reports on that, by the way, in terms of in the last few days. Obviously, initially it was. One sec. Initially, oh my god! Initially, the. One sec. Yeah, initially the reports are saying we've fully pulled out. We don't want to get a bidding war, etc., and leaving Chelsea to it, whatever. There's now, as I say, now conflicting reports saying we're not pulling out. We haven't pulled out. We're just trying to get Declan dealt with first, and then we're going to move on to our next target, wherever that may be. And we came with the ball in. Free kick. Yeah, Saliba and Reece. Apparently, he's back on Friday. He's back from his holidays this week, either Thursday or Friday. So if he's back Thursday or here, we'll get the announcement Friday. If not, Saturday or Monday, we'll get the announcement for Saliba. Reece Nelson, I don't know why that's been dragged out, but it is what it is. Spencer saying, happy belated Father's Day to all the fellow dads out in the chat. No, Harry Kane's having some medical attention, medical attention basically. Cough. No, but that's it. I was going to say, talking about internationals and all that. Arsenal put a tweet out in the last hour or so about Fabio Vieira, a bit of an not update, but in terms of from their end, confirming that he is coming back from obviously whether they are playing the Euros and all that. His international camp with Portugal. Nothing. It's not going what they're saying. Nothing too serious. He will be back in training in 2 weeks' time. So just as pre-season gets underway, what we're on now. So yeah, literally a week into pre-season, and he'll be back training with the rest of the Arsenal lads. Apparently, Gerrard to Saudi is not true. No shit. He ain't coming out. What, as a manager? We're talking about playing him. No shit. We're talking about manager. Bloody hell. Come on, Northern Ireland. What's the score in Northern Ireland, by the way? Fucking 19. Jesus Christ. You fucking trying to fucking brand me as? Jesus Christ. Like the modern day Casanova that doesn't. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Ukraine are beating Malta. They're beaten Malta, sorry. 1-0. They've beaten them. Albania have beaten Latvia 2-1. Finland abolished San Marino 6-0. And then obviously we're 0-0. Belarus, Kosovo 0-0. France 0, Greece 0, 19 minutes in. Israel versus Andorra is 0-0. Northern Ireland versus Kazakhstan is 0-0. Republic of Ireland versus Gibraltar is 0-0. Fucking how that guy's to the manager of Ireland, I don't know. Slovenia versus Denmark 0-0. Basically everyone 0-0, yeah. Turkey, Wales 0-0. Switzerland, Romania 0-0, yeah. Craig's asking, what is the history beyond Arsenal's new away kit? I don't get it. It is a horrendous kit, don't you think? The away kit, is it actually been confirmed as the actual away kit now? Or is it still just rumours? Either way, if it turns out that's the away kit, that saves me. That's saving me a few quid. Put it that way. Hell no, you will not see me wear. No matter what, I'll never wear that bloody shirt. Jesus Christ, let them buy the bloody thing. No way. It does not. That does not scream Arsenal in any aspect, historically or whatever. It's absolutely bizarre. Don't like it. The third kit though, the third one, the green and the navy blue sleeves and all that. I like that one. I'll be probably that turns out to be true. I'll be getting that. But in terms of that, the rumoured away one, actual away one, hell no, not enough money in the world. That's it. As I said, saves me a few quid. But for the first time in the Adidas era, Adidas potentially have had a stinker there. listening to the game on the BBC app. You can watch it on Channel 4, by the way, Ange. It's on Channel 4 if you want to as well. Unless you're out and about and fan. Okay, I can understand what BBC app then, yeah. I remember the green and yeah. Apparently, this third kit that's rumoured to be the third kit coming out, green and navy blue sleeves and all that. Apparently, it's going to be. That's what it's a nod to. Basically, it's their version of the Umbro, the original Umbro version of it. Is their homage to it. It actually looks pucker as well. It actually looks really nice, but it's just a shame. It's a shame they had an absolute stinker when it comes to the away kit. It is what it is, though. I will buy it. Okay, that's your personal choice. I'm not going. It's just not for me personally. In luminous yellow is the away top. Oh, it is actually. Oh my god. The Arsenal's away kit. It looks like it's been dropped on the floor. The car left its tyre marks on it. Yeah, it just doesn't scream Arsenal whatsoever in any aspect, but the colour scheme or the patterning, nothing. Oh, Stefan is an Ipswich fan and a Celtic fan, but he's an Ipswich fan. First and foremost, he's an actual Ipswich fan. Sorry, Ipswich Town. Oh dear. Yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier. What your soft spot for a certain Scottish team is. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah. That's the only as I said, Craig. In terms of the recent Adidas era, this is the first cock up they've made in terms of kits in general. And then if it'd be nice, going by your last point, it'd be nice, and might know somewhere you can get these kits for a bargain price, basically. So you might point you in the right direction if you know what I mean. Yoski's still playing, Jesus Christ. I hate international football. How are we, England, the team we have, 0-0 against North Macedonia? 0-0, Jesus. And Harry Clark, yeah, that's where Harry Clark's at, yeah. I think it's Harry Clark. Never, come on. Don't upset him now, don't make him cry just yet. Yeah. Here's a drink, Mm. They have indeed. I'm sure you are, Stefan. I'm sure you are. Especially knowing that, especially deep down, you all know that he's just using it as a platform to rebuild his career again. So if in the next 2-3 years, when a Premier League club comes calling, he'll be there, the pounce again, and go, bye-bye, Celtic, knowing that you guys are taking back again the third time. But F off. Didn't like the way he left. I don't think you're the only one, but I think he'll be walking back in open arms though now he's back. Here's a free kick coming from Trent. They're going to go for goal, surely. Ball in. And it's shit. 28 minutes in Emerson, so it's 28 minutes in 1-0 Switzerland, and about tops everybody has been getting there from Thailand as they are cheaper, and you have a contact who live there. Yeah, that's true. Turns of the shirt thing, but yeah, who's scored for Switzerland out of interest? Just out of interest, because we're getting no goals here. Premier Stars words. And Rangers. When next season comes back, obviously, as long as they don't clash with any Arsenal games, obviously, depends on the women's team. Here we go. Harry Kane. Is Harry Kane? Yeah, 1-0. Yay! We scored. Woohoo! Oh dear. But as I say, assuming the old firm games don't clash with any Arsenal games, beat the girls or the men's team, I usually cover them games on here. So if that does happen to be the case, you're more than welcome to come along. Otherwise, Stefan will take over the chat, and it'll be non-stop. Celtic, no matter what. Celtic, chat. Will you talk balance out a bit, please? If he does stay, has him playing left back and move Sinclair to midfield. Won't be a bad option. Won't be a bad option at all. To be brutally honest there. Then, I mean, before he came to us, before he arrived at Arsenal, he wanted to play midfield for Ukraine and all that. That's what he wanted to move into. So why not? Physical. He's been playing as an invert left wing back, what you want to call it, left back, where he can drop into midfield for the last year or so. Arsenal. So I don't see a problem there. But obviously that's something we can test it out and see if it works during pre-season, against the likes of Nuremberg and one sec, sorry. Oh, it's Nuremberg and MLS All Stars. I'm joking, Steph. I was joking, Steph. Chill. I'm trying a burger in a minute. Bloody hell. You want to find me in the church? That's fair enough. Oh dear. Oh, that's the point actually. Stefan, obviously, Ipswich fan and all that. Sheffield Wednesday. Darren Moore, about a half hour before it came live, Darren Moore's left Sheffield Wednesday by mutual consent. So Sheffield Wednesday just been promoted. He's just gotten promoted, and yeah, he's basically been sacked. What the fuck's going on there? That's basically Sheffield Wednesday going back down to League One next season. Days before the fixtures get released as well. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. And saying goal hanger Kane. Yep, quite literally. Who would you like to see as next England manager? Fucking ask the question. Jesus Christ. Do they have to be English? Just to answer that part of it. Do they have to be English? Do I have open? What's the name? Open reign of who I can pick from. More, I know they put it out mutual, but 9 times out of 10, when they say mutual consent, it's more of a push, like sort of we've agreed to go, but really we want to get rid of them anyway, sort of thing. I just find it either way. I just find it bizarre. You hired the guy to get you up, but rebuild that club and get the structure in place and foundations in place and get you from League One back to the Championship and continue the foundations. It gets you half the job done in terms of gets back to League One and all that. That they got back to the Championship, sorry. And then you go and do this collectively between obviously Darren and the club itself have gone, yeah, okay, off you go, sort of thing. Could it be down to the lack of investment in the squad? Potentially there's something, and Dan Moore's not going to stand by and see his career get screwed over? Or has he got a better option? Potentially. No, it'd have to be English. Okay, cool. Okay, we have to think about that one. But guys in the chat, you want to answer that question as well? Feel free. Anyone but Southgate, basically. Jesus Christ. Okay. I honestly think we do, because obviously, and only England's manager you can sort of go for at the moment would be an Eddie Howe, because Graham Potter will. Well, that's just stupid after what happened with fucking Chelsea to go with him. No. Beforehand, it would have been an ideal candidate, but I think the Chelsea situation was too raw for him. It'd be too soon to bring him in. Other than that, you've got Eddie Howe from an English perspective, but outside of that, the English options aren't all that really, in my opinion, anyway. Oh, yeah. Let's be having the drunk immortal words from the cook. Yeah, cook being the operative word. I'm hearing that Ancelotti will be the next Brazil manager. Is that true? That's a rumour going about apparently. Yeah, that once he leaves Madrid, that's his next destination is Brazil. What a way to go out now. What career is that though? AC Milan obviously did what he did at Chelsea briefly, and then gone to Real Madrid, rejuvenated that club and back to being European giants that they once were, not dominant European giants. Came to Everton for a couple of years, got them stable looking. When you consider what's happened since, gone back to Real Madrid, won a Champions League there. Not done much this season, but it is what it is. And he's taken on the rebuild at that club, but you wouldn't believe it. And then could potentially going up to Brazil. Jesus. I never would have thought, growing up with my being a maths guys, I never would have thought Brazil would go 20 years, now over 20 years, of not winning a World Cup. It's mental. England deserves Mourinho. No. Don't never say that, Spencer. Never say that. What? Take them words out of your mouth. Oh, okay, incoming. Yep, phone's back. My phone's going divvy, so yep. My phone's now going divvy. Yay! With notifications galore. Let's see how far behind I am then. Go on, Saka. Okay, not yet. Go on, near post. Oh, what a hit! At the goal, he's near post as well. Very, very much of the. Remember Leeds Leeds away last season. He's near post. He just lashed it in basically. He did it a few times, I think, but I'm ramming back to the Leeds game. Sorry, Tom, if you do pop in and see this now. But my day, he just gets it, passes it up to Trent passes it back, gets it into his feet, opens up his body and just goes and literally puts his laces through it. There's no placement bullshit. It is literally put the laces through it. Saka, Saka, Bakayo, Saka, Saka, 2-0 Switzerland. Okay, cool. Be right back. Talk more shit. We always do. That was actually a top class finish from Bakayo there. Bakayo, Saka. Eddie Howe would be a good thing. I'm saying in terms of English, outside of actual English managers, Eddie Howe's at this moment in time the only one that's got credit in the bank where you could say everyone in the country will be behind it. Graham Potter's too soon after what's happened with Chelsea, so it'd just be stupid to do that. I'm trying my head now. Craig saying, "Right, I'm with you. Arsene Wenger would do wonders." He would do. We would look at the players. Look at the quality of these players. You can't tell me he wouldn't get this team playing a better style of football as well, more attractive style of football. You can't tell me that. Oh, bloody hell. Last 2 hours, Diego Coca, or Choca, how you pronounce it, the Mexico manager is basically for the Mexican football team has been sacked. He was in charge of just 4 games, just in charge for just 4 months and 7 games. So basically since the World Cup. Really, I know this, that are they? Come on, Dex. Oh, how did Vasher miss that? Come on. I'm sorry, that's a load of BS. That's the biggest of the BS. Look at where he was. If he's in a United shirt in that stadium, he's scoring that. That's just, come on, man. I know this question about Pepe to Saudi. Would you drive him there for 50 million? Drive him there, fucking fly him there if I had to. Whatever. He just doesn't work for Pepe Saudi. Quality player. There's a player there. He's just not for he's not for the Premier League in that sense. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Saka. Oh, Henderson, put it back. There you go. There he scores. 3-0 England. Come on, for the first 25 minutes, this game was dead. No signaling that this was going to come, even though it should have come, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, go through the motions, this, that, and the other, and suddenly we've gone, boom, 1 goal goes in, and we decided to turn up. Ryan should grow a beard if Arsenal win the Champions League or the Premier League next season. I will grow a beard. I will grow a beard for the entire summer. I'll let the facial hair grow out for the entire summer until the kickoff of the following season. Bus is in the chat. Big up, Bus. I'm good. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm good. Thanks. How you doing? I went for England to win 4-0. This could be 5, 6, 7, 8. You do realise this is a Gareth Southgate England team. He will put handbrakes on now. Bukayo Saka. Oh dear. Cheeky bastard. That means one will remain clean shaven then. Depends on Arsenal. It's not more like I'm sort of yeah. But it'll depend obviously if City it depends also actually mate. It sort of means it depends on if Man City are continuing to be allowed to get away with this 115 plus charges. But yes. What's the average age on here? Well, as number 42, I am bloody need to put my age a second now. I'm 34. As of a few weeks ago. The others need to put. I can't remember. Well, I don't know their ages basically. Nobody asked. I'm not. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Of course you are, James. Of course you are. Ever since James come along a few weeks ago, fucking it's been nothing but fucking YouTube glitches on this fucking channel, so I'm not impressed. If Arsenal win the Champions League, Ryan, you'll not. Hell, no. Just no. Not enough money in the world. Age is just a number. It's but a number. Okay, Mr. Philosopher. The champion of Grift is the champion of something, but I can't say. James obviously, hence the tone. From my end, I mean. It's probably Pete again in disguise. Oh, you Peter. Oh, you Peter. Oh, you Peter in disguise. Oh, you Peter in disguise. The thing is, only the OGs will know what I'm referring to. The king. Damn, let's behave. Right, have that conversation again with you guys on that side of things. Jesus Christ. Seriously, the amount of times I've seen that video now of the England fans giving that Saka a new chant, it's in my head. Now we've scored, that's in my head even more. It hurts. What was your chat? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dear God. Let's have a look. What was the comment I've missed then? Okay. If I had to choose Arsenal to win the Premier League or Champions League, I would go to Champions League because we have never won it. Exactly, I'm happy with that. I want a Champions League. I want to see Arsenal win the Champions League as well. We were robbed of it in 2006. Let's be brutally honest there. I'd love to see us win the Champions League. Given the option, yeah, you'd take that because one thing we haven't witnessed ourselves. That'd be something new and unique to celebrate. If we could win both, brilliant. But obviously, at this moment in time, our squad not realistic yet. But see what happens in the near future, hopefully. As Ryan put his boots on, getting ready for the second half. Not yet. They're in the corner, don't worry. Oh dear. Yeah. Phone's on fire. Oh dear. Of course we do. We've got any normal Arsenal fan would want that as well, Craig. Unless you're a certain person in Spain who, if we did win everything, would lose his mind because he then can't have anything, can't have nothing to complain about him. Translate this. Select tool. Translate. Accept for consent. And so she wants the FA Cup and Premier League and a decent run in the Champions League. I'm assuming for next season, yeah, I'll be happy with that. Get our 15th FA Cup win, our 14th league title, first in fucking 20, or basically would be 20 years. Again, a decent run, I say quarterfinals at the very least. Depending on our squad, obviously, and how we're doing all that, at the very least, at the quarterfinals, if not a semi. The Champions League first year back and all, but yeah, all depends on our draw along the way. But yeah, changing the subject. Did you hear that at that Man City fan group? One sec, we'll knock this bottle over. Are trying to urge their fans to boycott the Community Shield as they do not like the kickoff time at 17:30, so 5:30 in the afternoon or evening, whatever way you look at it. I've seen the screenshots and all that. It's just like, and then you've got Henry Winter, but yeah, Henry Winter then jumping on the bandwagon, quote tweeting it and going, "Oh, you know what these lot of spot on? It's bang out of order what the FA have done." Da, 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 da. Where's this outrage? When, for example, Arsenal go up to Anfield to play Liverpool in a midweek, during the midweek, just because Sky decided to move the game from a weekend affair and moved it onto and they've moved it deliberately to, for example, it should be on a Saturday or Sunday, but they decided to put it on a Monday night just because to get the views up for their Monday night football. Where's the outrage then when Arsenal fans have got to travel all the way there, unless they're getting the club coaches or they can drive themselves, they ain't getting back. They have to then book into a hotel, etc., and then make their way back the following day, which is costing more money. But oh no, that's okay. But when Man City fans have a kick-off over a trip to London and Wembley on a Sunday, by the way, oh, let's jump on the bandwagon. Let's all have a kick-off over it. Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. No, it's too one-sided. Look, they know the FA's deal in terms of Community Shield. Roughly the sort of times they like to do the Community Shield. I think that either 3 o'clock or 5:30. That's the usual slots. Within that time frame, that's the usual time frame they usually like to get that Community Shield underway at Wembley. Yeah. So Why have Leicester got a problem now? I mean, last year, no issue because at Leicester, they had no issue. Then in terms of when the game's been at Wembley, when they've played Man City, Liverpool years gone by, in the last couple of years, and it's at Wembley, a couple of years back, I didn't see the Man City fans complaining. They turned up. That was a late kickoff that day as well. It's just picking and choosing. It's making excuses now. Loads of cost of living prices and all that as well. Don't get me wrong, but when you're then using social media to make excuses for why your half of the stadium won't be completely full, I mean, realistically, you don't need to justify it whichever way, because as I say, there's cost of living crisis. It comes across like bit babyish, like bend to our will or we'll cry. Like, behave yourself. Oh, yeah. Can't be just so much domestic cups next season. I don't think you will. In terms of, as long as we get this squad, we bolster our depth in our squad. I don't think you will. Not much to ask. SD Arsenal. Yep. You know what I'm saying there. Stefan of his usual dig at his rivals there. I'm just keeping. By the way, I'm keeping an eye out for when the tickets go on sale for that, because I do want to go to that, by the way. Man City Arsenal at Wembley on August 6th. Again, I can say that time doesn't bother me because I live in London anyway, so it won't bother me in that sense. Yes, basically in terms of travelling there and going to the game, getting back at when the game finishes and all that. Today's pretty much gone. You're spending the whole day and all that, but it's a day out. It's a day at Wembley. It's the curtain raises of the season, if you will. Hopefully, it'll be nice weather as well, and we can just kick on, and we can use that as the stepping stone for the season, and sort of put this hoodoo to bed as well. In terms of whenever we play the Community Shield, and we lift that fucking shield, we never go on to win the league that season. For that season, from what I can remember, when we play it and we lose it, we go on to win the title. So it's a bit of a what do I want? What do I really want here? But I'll go anyway. Support the teams. If you do win it, I'll celebrate on the day and all that, obviously. We go from there. How much would the tickets be? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It shouldn't be that much. Shouldn't be, obviously, word. It's basically a glorified friendly in the day. So it shouldn't be too much, but we'll see. Is that the JVC shirt behind you? The 89 players' signatures on it. Oh, what the one in the frame, the Adidas at JVC? Yeah, that is. I'll tell you, I'm going to put the light on so that's see properly. One sec. There you go. That shirt with the scarf on it, yeah. you might be a bit envy of me, Nate, when I say this in a sec. But it's not just any Anfield 89 shirt in terms of from that season. It is a match-worn shirt of the one and only David Rocastle. One of his own match-worn shirts from that season, and where he went off after the season ended, went off and got it signed personally by Mickey Thomas Smith and George Graham. And obviously, while he was like that, that is his bit of memorabilia for his life and all that. Obviously, that's a special, unique moment to him and all that. But obviously, when he passed, not long after Arsenal moved to the Emirates, they were doing the charity funds and all that at the Emirates and all that. And one of them was for the Widow Foundation. And David's family, his wife and kids and all that came together and said they'd donate some stuff towards it for auction and all that. And that's one of the items itself. And it is a match worn shirt from David Rocastle himself. You can see, you can actually look up close, you see the 7 on the back as well. If you look close enough in person, I mean, obviously not on the computer, you won't see it, but up close you can see it. And yeah, you got Mickey Thomas above the sponsor, in between the Adidas and the Canon. That's Mickey Thomas's signature. Then just below it, below the J, is Alan Smith, and central to it is George Graham at the bottom, his signature. But yeah, the family donated that, and I was lucky enough to get hold of it, thankfully. Well, that's amazing. That's one kick, well, literally. Why Saka on the back? Why Saka back on? Oh, it seems out. I don't know. I didn't read that. Apologies. Again, Southgate's an idiot. I don't know how many times I've got to say it. But yeah. And then the shirt next to it is obviously, as you know, you can tell, obviously, it's the 0506 Highbury, last season at Highbury frame shirt. I got that for my birthday in the lockdown. The first, it's in 2020, so May 20th, 2020. That's what I got for my birthday during the lockdown period, basically. Yeah, it's a shirt, but it's every member of that, including the manager, by the way. So Wenger and every player that played in that season, was in that squad that season, has signed that. And there's got the COA for that as well. Tucked away nice and safely as well. But that's that one. Obviously, got the clock there above the thing. It's a limited edition thing. After we moved from Highbury, someone put it together for me, so that's cool. Got Bergkamp, metal poster. Got Paul Merson, signed photo there. Eric Scott. Got Thierry just up here. Canvas, Thierry Henry canvas up here from. If you can name the game, good on you. Dennis Bergkamp painting. I got this Christmas 2019, I think. 2020, I think it was 2020 from my mum. It's all back down, mate. I can break him in the neck. What's it? Also got David Seaman signed photos just in front of me here as well, with a picture of him in these from the Euro '96. I think it was against Scotland. I think it was. I don't know what game it was, but it went with anyway from the Euro '96. Saka's up there. I've got Tony Adams in the background behind me as well from his winning goal against them not down the road in the '93 semi-final. I've got Theo Walcott signed photo over there. I've got Theo Walcott signed shirt actually. Got a Pele signed shirt as well. And books wise, I've got, in terms of outside of frame stuff, I've got Smith Rowe signed photo as well. A few others, Vieira and all that. So, I've got a collection basically. I've got a collection. But in terms of books, I've got David Dean's new book signed by him in person. Paul Davis, who we've had on the channel before, back in December last year. Arsene Wenger's book, got Alex Scott's book, I've got Beth Mead's book. I don't think else have I got. There's some Ray Parler, Mert Saka. There's some Ian Wright. I've got his book. I've got that signed in person as well. But yeah, a few other things. Got a signed photo of Pele and the original Ronaldo, Brazil, the better Ronaldo, Brazil's Ronaldo. Oh dear. I once won a signed football, and this little lad looked so disappointed. So I said, "Cat's worth the money." Seeing the smile on his face, that's cool. That's cool. And just cool. And Stephen just said back up. I said I gave it to him. Just to back it up. Just to be clear, I did give it to him. Oh, do just tease out catch and then run off of it. David Rocky Rocastle, what a legend, what a player he was. Rest in peace. Yeah, again, taken way too soon from us. Way too soon. You've got to think of, what a goal, Saka, what a beauty. Saka, Saka, Bakayo, Saka. Saka, Bakayo, Saka. What a hit. Oh. Trent just lumps it forward basically, and Saka takes control of it, gets in the chest, on the half volley, literally top bins. Oh my God. Saka. Saka. Yeah, as I say about obviously Rocky and all that. Again, taken from us way too young, far too young. The thing is, it can't get any easier as years go by. Not just for his wife and his kids and all that, but for his teammates. Obviously, not just from the Arsenal perspective, but all his teammates from his other clubs at Leeds, Chelsea, City, etc. The ones that had that genuine friendship with him, like, can't imagine what they're going through, what they go through every year as well on the anniversary. I will say this though, I did find it. One sec. Oh. No, I did find it rather fitting though. Our first home game, the first game of his passing and all that was home at Tottenham, and Robert Perez scored number 7. So I thought it was rather fitting, sort of with the news we got. Obviously, on then at time number 7, Robert Perez would score a crack of a goal, by the way, in that game as well. But yeah. It's good to see, though, obviously, in terms of Rocky's kids, especially Ryan Rocastle, that he, how can I put it? That he does, whenever he's invited on, like, from, was it Sophie and Kev from Highbury Squad, every now and then they invite him on to their podcast. It's good to see him come on, interacting, and obviously talk about Arsenal and his dad, but Arsenal as well. And that side of things as well. I think they've even had. I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think so. Like Sophie and Kev have even had his daughter on there, Monique, on there before as well. What's going on down there? Oh, so you get a hat trick apparently. Oh, go on, Saka, go on for the hat trick. Oh, international hat trick for Bukayo Saka. First international hat trick for the boy. Come on. What? Fantastically taken it from Bukayo. Now get him off. Like Emerson says, get him off now. Anyone young is too sad, yeah. Gets the match ball as well. What a way to end the season in general now. Go off now. Get him off now. Let him go off. Get him off. Let him go and have his holiday for the next few weeks. Bring him back for the pre-season, and we kick on again. But let him have a few weeks where he can rest up and get himself ready for the new season. Player of the match, Saka. Yeah, hands down. I think it'll be cruel now for him after getting a hat-trick not to give him the player of the match. They've got to now. There's no way they can't get around it. And the number 7, he's got the number 7 as well. Fantastic taken. Fantastically taken as well, sorry. That was Martin Peters, totally class, that bloke. Totally class bloke, sorry, yeah. And Craig then asked our boy the fire emoji for all emoji, still waiting for we go from Northern Ireland. It's still 0-0 in the Northern Ireland game, bloody hell. Have a look. Saka. I just think we just need ESR now to get himself back into form, back into the senior setup, and when they play together, we can actually sing the Saka and Smith Rowe song. Arsenal's not messing about. Yes, on Arsenal's social media. Yeah. Oh come on, you could do the time you've had. Come on, Arsenal, you can do better than that. I mean, they've literally just put the tweet up Bukayo Saka full stop. He could have put a picture up or something at least. Come on. You know what I'm saying. Let him go off now. Get him off the pitch now. Let him go off and have a holiday, enjoy himself for a few weeks, and then let him come back whenever that may be. Get himself ready for the new season. What's going on? That's what I was doing. Yeah, in the words. So let's go for the games. Belarus still 0-0. France have beaten Greece now 1-0. Mbappe from the penalty spot. Only just scored. Right. Israel and Andorra 1-0. Northern is still 0-0. Republic of Ireland have beaten Gibraltar only 1-0 there. Mickey Johnston with the goal. Slovenia, Denmark is 1-1. Still 2-0 for Switzerland, and Turkey versus Wales is 0-0. Oh, God. He'll need it, yeah, especially, yeah, definitely. Hat-trick for Saka, yep. Hat-trick for Bukayo, our star boy. This is another reason why you want Arsenal to get the business done, get Kai Havertz in. So starting pre-season, we've got someone that can play down that right-hand side, even though he's not going to be the starter in normal circumstances, but it takes that pressure off rushing back to Bukayo, basically, in the pre-season. Also, he's getting minutes. He's getting used to his new teammates and new style and all that as well. We're talking about Kai here. And yeah, for some reason, Calvin Phillips is... We're 5-0 up, and he's bringing on Calvin Phillips by the looks of it. Of course. And that's Southgate for you, and that's it. Nutshell. Dominate the game and bringing on the players. Defence is a defensive midfielder, basically, who barely plays for Man City. But somehow has a winner's medal for Champions League, and FA Cup. I couldn't make it up. Oh, here we go. We've got a few subs. We've got Foden, Grealish, Phillips, and Conor Gallagher. So Saka coming off then probably, which is good. Got his hat-trick now. Get him off, as I said. Get him off. Doesn't need to be on now. Well, Macedonia makes some subs as well. Macedonian subs first. 4 coming on for 6. Five is coming off for 11. I don't know who's playing themselves. Yeah. There we come the England subs. Let's get Bukayo standard ovation, hopefully. Here we go. Oh, Henderson first. Sorry, Henderson's coming off first for Gallagher. Number 11 for 17. Where's 17? That's Jerk coming on. Rashford. So Henderson and Rashford have gone off. Is he actually took Bukayo off? I can see that here. What's that? I think it's Saka for Foden, I think. And Declan Rice for Calvin Phillips, sorry. Giving me standing ovation, Old Trafford. Bukayo. Stefan, how long is remaining? 58 minutes. 58 minutes in, so I've got another half hour, so. Plus injury time, so about half hour plus injury time. Well done, Bukayo. Well done, Bukayo. Go and get your well-earned break now. Go on. Arteta needs to know and understand how to utilise players through their strengths and how to switch up the style of play. Also learn more about the game management. In January, should Arsenal sign Ivan Toney? I believe he is the one striking minute. Yeah, definitely. We can't. There's no. Personally, if you didn't have the ban in place, if he wasn't severely punished the way he has been, I would have said go and get him now. But obviously, he's got that ban in place. There's no point because we pay the money now, and we wouldn't be able to use him until January. So we may as well wait until January comes along, until the window opens in January, then go and get him then. It'll cost a bit more because obviously it's pretty much during the season, but fuck it, why not? Ivan has issues and Gaffer won't have him. Let's see what happens anyway. What was he thinking of stuff? Nah, I don't know. He claims all the offences took place years and years ago, well before his Peterborough days and all that. So, why would the FA waiting until now until he hit it big time for them to go? Hang on a minute, Ivan. What's all this? Because he's used the. I've got an addiction. I had an addiction to gambling, or I've got an addiction. If you've got an addiction, it'll still be out. But anyway, I had an addiction and it affected his mental health. He's got the ban that he got, and he's got to go to these class things like AA meetings, basically not AA, but you know what I'm saying, like the gambling equivalent, basically, and gets them and also go to meetings where he gets help, so to say, with his health. Thing is, the bets are weird though. Look at the gist of the bets were if Ivan, this is when it all took place. These bets took place. If Ivan Toney wasn't playing, he'd bet against his own team losing. So he'd bet on the other team to beat the team he played for. basically, just because he wasn't playing. But if he played, if he was starting in the starting 11 or whatever, he would bet in favour of the team that he's playing for. I've got his book. I haven't got. He's not signed, but I've got his book as well. Perry Goes Wonderland. Got his book as well. He was a good player. Yeah, good character as well. I mean, that's a bit of a pedestal to put someone up on, but I think Saliba will cope with that sort of pressure. But yeah, Saliba reminds me of the great David O'Leary. So calm on the ball. That's what again. This is what the FA are saying. What the bets were basically. It wasn't like you go like how many goals in the game. I mean, like there's simply Ackers or whatever big money on basically. He seems to either win or depending on what if you're playing up, win or lose basically. That's what the FA are saying. The FA have said anyway. Saka. One sec. Oh bloody! Saka's the youngest player. Sorry, youngest England player to get a hat trick since Theo Walcott, who was also an Arsenal player at the time. Oh my days. I remember that. That's good Croatia that was. Bloody hell. No pressure there. Jesus. It's an Arsenal thing, basically. When it comes to young players getting hat tricks for their country, when it comes to England, okay, cool. He is, Andrew. He really is. In terms of Perry Groves and what he said there. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Calvin Phillips scored a goal for England. 6-0. Calvin Phillips has been on the pitch like 5 minutes, basically, let's be honest. 5 minutes as a CDM, and he has scored a goal. This is a guy who can't get in Man City's team, but obviously for Southgate, gets in the squad, comes on, scores a goal. I know it's North Macedonia, but still, even Tom, if he was watching this, I'd be thinking, what the hell? Harder. Piss off, Pep. Never liked O'Leary. Okay, fair enough. 6-0. I like Phillips and good to see him play. Spit at him. Spit at who? And spit at who? What's O'Leary ever done apart from obviously his managerial career where he came back and bit us on the arse a few times, what's he ever done to us? Oh dear. Saga. Right, if you had to choose a new director of football for Arsenal, David O'Leary or Mark Overmars, who would you pick? I mean, Overmars has the experience, but there's also the situation he put himself in at Ajax with the alleged messages, so we say, explicit messages, so we say. So that goes against Overmars. But that aside, you would pick on experienced Mark because he's got the experience, obviously. But yeah, that goes against him. So you'd have to go in that case, David O'Leary himself. And again, David, he's our biggest appearance-making player in our history. No, I'll tell you, don't impress me. And you're confusing me now. You're really confusing me. Oh dear. Oh, anyway, here's what it is. No, I'll tell you, don't impress me much. Okay, I get it now. Okay. Oh dear, but yeah, if you had to choose that then, so you don't, based on what we know, information we know, you'd have to lean towards O'Leary. Just again, because of his history at the club, he desperately wants to be back in the fold. So just wanted to react. Oh, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be against David O'Leary either. I've been a big advocate, even before they all got found out from what came out about him when he got let go. But especially since then, like straight away when they all left, I've been a big advocate of bringing David O'Leary into the fold at the boardroom level in some aspect, bring him in. We need more Arsenal men within the hierarchy, basically, just to keep the ownership on their toes, basically, and remind them what it's about to be Arsenal and all that, etc. O'Leary and me watches all the home and away matches. He's at every game as well. He's only a board member at the moment, isn't he? He's on the board. He hasn't got a role on that. He's just on the board, I think, something like that. Here comes Callum Wilson. But he's at every single game. Big up Craig says, smash the like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Yep. If you haven't already, guys, do hit that like button. Hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, do subscribe quickly. Obviously, by subscribing, you'll be able to interact with the live chat as we speak now. It's completely free, doesn't cost you anything. If you want to give a bit of money to myself for the channel, you want to become a member, 99p or £2.99. There should be a button on right. It should be a button saying join. Press that button. It's a little black button with in white writing saying join. If you see it, press it. It'll take you through to the setup, and you get the two level. Get the choice of the two levels of membership, 99p or £2.99. It takes you through the pro, which has got what in terms of perks, etc. And plus, once you become a member as well, you get added perks, even more perks along the way as well. And yeah, you get the more members we gather as well, the more emojis I can create for the start of the new season for you guys to interact with, especially with watch-alongs, etc. And there's more. Also, another thing, more members we have, I could do members-only Q&As and things like that, or members-only live streams, basically, of your choice, your picking, where it's all about you guys, basically once a month or so. Consultant, that's it, consultant, yeah. Mr. Bongle, here we go. There was, oh God, I sort of read this actually. I've read this beforehand. Oh, Jesus Christ. with the bungle with a Limerick. Oh, is this a penalty? SKFC closed. They've got a penalty apparently. Well, there you go. Harry Kane's still on the pitch as well. Technically, it should be a free kick. I mean, the offence happened outside the box, but okay. But right, we've got a penalty to make it 7-0. Harry Kane to get his second off the night. Seriously, how did we start this game so slowly? We tried to, Stefan. We tried to. Make it 7-0. Here we go. Harry Kane never misses for England, apart from that World Cup quarter-final. And doesn't shock anyone here by just ramming it home. Down top bins again, top corner. We're going to call it 7-0 England. And now here comes Callum Wilson and Harry Kane. Contrary to what people say, I don't eat KFC every day. I eat 6 days a week. Only 6. Which I was watching. Well, where are you, Russ? Out of interest, are you out and about? I'm assuming you're out and about, obviously, or on the way home from work. I'm assuming. Russ, you've missed a Bukayo Saka hat trick. So, that's on you. Depending on your situation, obviously. What's an England match as a Switzerland versus Romania game? It's a ball fest. Jesus Christ. Is it closed on Sunday, Mr. Bungle? Oh, dear. Lost the will to live in Northern Ireland. But there's still, how's that still 0-0? Jesus Christ. Saka. I think. Time's left. 15 to 20 minutes. So. Not a big fan. None of us are, but was just here just to fill the void, basically. Xhaka's playing some more Joyce passes. Of course he is. Actually, international cricket world. That's not too good for the cricket team, is it? Throwing that one away, aren't they? The first test. Going into the final day. Piss poor second innings from the lads today. Oh, Calvin's got a book in. Horse coming in a good flat down. Oh, my head. Oh, dear. Bukayo. On me. Do 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 do. England. The drama of international football. Yeah, something about it. Drama being the operative word. Lack of. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, this game. I know it's 7-0 up and all that, but this is mind numbing. Yeah, fair play to your stuff, then. Don't blame you either. Finishing the ball, down the short, put it back, it's a block. And Macedonia come out of it. Getting pushed into the corner though, but yeah. And get the ball back. Yeah. Oh, days. This is for Ange in the chat. X-Man. Oh, Saka. Okay, one sec. Away from being the all-time Swiss player, and it's tilting at Switzerland, and Xhaka played the whole 90 minutes. Oh, okay, fair enough. Good luck. Good luck to him. Oh, yeah. In other news, May not Women's team are losing more players by the day. Not only they lost Russo, they now lost someone else today to Barcelona. It's a bit of a. If you're a United fan, or the women's team or whatever, but in this instance, the women's team, you must be concerned that barring Ella Toon, no one else is breaking the neck to sign a new contract and basically happy enough to leave on a free if they have to. They're not breaking the neck to stay put, basically. Doesn't bode well for a new season next season when they're in we've got to qualify obviously one playoff game, but in European football, potentially. They can't keep hold of their star players, and I don't know what their ideas are for incomings then. It hardly screams stability, but it is what it is. I mean, it looks like we're going to benefit from that as well, as I say, with Alicia, but we'll see. Oh my god, this game. I just want it to be over. Oh dear. I'm wearing cotton and it's sticking to me. Cotton and it's loose. It's not exactly tight on me, but how long is left? 83rd minute, so 7 minutes or so plus injury time. And the highest one fucking place as well. Oh, they score 2-1. Game 1 in Switzerland. Oh dear, sir. Right, today. Oh, Belarus now beating Kosovo 2-1. Still 1-0 to France against Greece. How the hell is France at home and not pumping Greece? But okay. Oh, there's been a goal in Northern Ireland, but it's not for Northern Ireland. 1-0 Kazakhstan. Just scored. Literally, the goal just happened now. Abit Abobitov with the goal. Republic of Ireland are winning 2-0 now against Gibraltar. Evan Ferguson was a goal. Fighting striker. Hopefully, someone else we should be looking at, maybe. Yep, looks like he's getting player of the match, Bakayo, which is he's got a hat trick. You cannot give someone who scores a hat trick the player of the match. You cannot not do that. Oh, Turkey are now beating Wales 2-0. Joel Morrell got sent off, and then second half it went into chaos basically. Okay, now. Couldn't sleep last night, like it was nod off from the Ange pod. Was it last? No, last night was last night. The last couple of nights has been my sleeping pattern's been screwed with basically. It'll be even worse this weekend when it hits 30 plus in the evenings. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Oh dear. Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, I've literally got a cooling mask as well. I've got on my bed. Oh, is there a bit of chance for 8? No, because I'm going to go bottles it. 2-2. Oh my god, what a comeback in the last 5 minutes there. Jesus Christ. Oh dear. Yeah, so the last few nights in particular, been bad for the last week or so, but the last couple of nights or so, it's been stupid. In fact, I'm waking up the way I am, but on and off for every hour and a half or 2 hours, I'm waking up constantly. Again, that's the same. I'm laying down the same on a cooling mat that's meant to cool the body down, and I'm waking up drenched and having to get a towel, hand down, drying the body again, and my head. Well, it's Sunday, I think. Is it? One second, I'll get the up on my phone now. One sec. One's got a new hair. I got a haircut after this morning's stream. Went off and got myself a haircut. So because it's starting to grow out, my hair grows fast anyway. But because of the weather and all that, I've got it cut a couple of weeks early than I normally would. Just because I don't get start growing back to its usual length, and I'm literally like, yeah. So it's number one, back and front, short as possible, sort of thing. And yeah, right. So yeah, so currently we're going to London. So right, today's 24. Today's 24 tomorrow. Then it starts peaking up again from Wednesday on, so 25, 26, 26. Then Saturday's 28, Sunday 29, and then drops again to 26, 25, 25. Quite punky, to be honest. Because I kept this bit wrong at the top. Anyway. Yeah. I'll work with what I've got, basically. I've got the fan right on top of me. Yeah, I've got a fan I can plug in and all that, but literally because of even though there's a bit of a breeze at the moment, because I've got my curtains closed as well, so it's like you can see there's a slight breeze. Or I'd be getting blown me after 5 minutes of having the fucking fan on, it'd be hot air. So I'll be even worse off. You know, it's been that bad in terms of the heat wise, the humidity, because of the humidity wise, obviously. That when I'm up here doing just chilling and whatever, be it watching a bit of TV or playing streams and things like that, instead of actually putting these lights on that you can see behind, like you can see the normal lights on for the room, I'm literally using my ring light to light the room. Mine to be a new single of the Exploited. Couldn't sing for love nor money. No injury time. Yay! Thankfully, no injury time. Straight to 90. Game over. England win 7-0. Saka of a hat trick. Again, as I said earlier, the youngest player through him to score hat trick since Theo Walcott, and he played for Arsenal back then as well. He did that. Yeah, happy for him. Now he goes off on his holidays for a few weeks, and we won't see him again now until probably after the MLS game, basically, in the US during the US tour. I struggled last year. Yeah, the animals in general, like the cats, is fun. Because we've got cooling mats. So I've got cooling mats, like loads of them. So we dot them around the house and all that. So they use their brains once they've been fed and all that. Morning and in their evening feed as well. They go off and they find a cool spot and chill. Dogs, whoever gets too hot, like they did last year, like it's over 30 plus. We've got like collars that we put in the freezer, and we put it around their necks, so it keeps their body cool for the cats as well as the dogs. But as I say, the dogs, well, not only we've got collars for them, but also we've got cooling jackets as well, which is literally just what we were doing first thing in the morning is fill up the bath, kind of stone cold water, put the coats in there, let them soak for about 10, 15 minutes, and then literally, when it was like stupidly like it was last year, it would literally just take it out, give it a little ring, but literally keep it as soaked as possible, and put it on them so it lasts longer. In terms of, so you're just drying like that. But at the moment, we're able to literally soak it, rinse it to an extent, and put it on them, and they're coping as it stands. But if it gets to the heights of last year, when you hit over 40 plus, that's when we're going to have to basically drench the coats and put it on them. Basically, like, off you go, and then literally every hour or so, keep doing that. Basically, this coming Sunday, I'll be away to the 3rd of July or 30th of July. You mean? So I'll be watching all the various podcasts and looking at the internet on a daily basis at my uncle's house. So any transfer news, we'll look at yours. No worries. Cheers for that, Emerson. Take care of yourself on that. Hope you have a good trip, a good time, and all that. All from yeah. That was old boy. The dogs we've got are the oldest one, 12 gone on 13. Got me down for now. She's a crossbreed. She's a cross of Siberian Husky and Welsh Border Collie. So she's got a lot. So she's got the Husky build, but the collie sort of interior, the coat basically, which is as you imagine, long, and especially this time of year, not ideal. But she's got the so that in itself is a bit. That's hence why we have to literally get the coats that we've got and just literally drench the life out of them and bump on the dogs and all that. The younger dog, he's a border collie, so he's short haired, but still a bit. Because he's multicolored as well. Both tricolours and all that. Bailey, she's got a bit of majority black. She's got a bit of blondie brown stuff and up coat in it, and white as well, and this and the other. Depending on the time of year. And the youngest dog, he's trying to think now. He's basically red, mainly red, orange, what you want to call him. Got a little bit of white markings, a bit of black in there as well, amongst it all. But yeah, he's a short-haired one, but still, they think that. So you actually have to keep them not just topped up with fluids and cooling stuff and all that, but also keep the cooling jackets and their neck stuff all ready to go. And Gary's joined us. Just about to wrap things up. Gary and Russ have joined us. Might watch Match of the Day, says Russ. We mean Channel 4's version at 10 past midnight, but okay. Or if it's on YouTube, my hearts might come up on YouTube soon, but yeah. Gary's in the chat, as I say, he popped into the chat as well. How are you doing, Gary? Are you keeping well? But as I say, with that, guys, not going to hang about much longer. Basically, yeah, what we expected, but in one respect, it's good to see that even though Saka got overplayed tonight in terms of minutes, he got his hat-trick, got his celebration at Old Trafford. Gets all the plaudits, rightly so. And, yeah, fantastic for him. Declan didn't look too bad today. Obviously, we're on Declan watch as well until further notice. I saw Kane get a brace. I assumed he would stay on to get his third. I think it wouldn't surprise me, considering Saka got the Arsenal boy got the hat trick first and all that. It wouldn't surprise me with Valley, but no. What a goal! That second goal, oh my days, on the hard volley, Jesus. Thanks, guys. That's all the football for the few. Oh, Saka, one sec.
feeling right now. I don't know what to say. I'm just so happy. Yeah, it's perfect.
3 brilliant goals, 3 very different goals as well. Which one did you enjoy the most?
You know what? I like the first one, but I have to go with the second one. You know, I think really from outside, I've got to corner like that. I don't choose that one.
There's so much pace in this England team. We saw you and Marcus Rashford starting together for the first time tonight. What's it like playing with these players when you play like you did this evening?
Sorry, say that end again?
Sorry, it's very loud out here, which perhaps says just how good you've been. What's it like playing
It's a
with
bad
this
man.
England team when you
Look at Gary, the old Cockney slang. I say Cockney and Cockney, but you know what I'm saying, like the old roadman slang there.
You mentioned enjoying the second goal as well. How much have you been enjoying playing with Trent Alexander-Arnold in his new role for England in midfield?
Yeah, do you know what it is? He's a top player. Everyone obviously knows that. But at half time, he said to me, you know, he was going to do that pass, and you know, obviously when I did score, I was looking for him to thank him because he done it, and he done it perfectly. I don't think I have to break my stride. You know, that's just the quality he has. So credit to him.
For you, I know you've got a massive smile on your face, understandably tonight, but it perhaps wasn't the end to the season that you wanted with Arsenal. How have you kept yourself going?
Really? No, really?
It's been a very long season. Some positives and obviously some. But yeah, it's the end of the season now, and I don't think I could have ended it in a better way. So it's time to relax and have a good break.
Some brilliant scenes here at the end as well. The fans absolutely loving it up here in Manchester. Is this the perfect end to the season for England?
Yeah, the perfect end to the season, and we're really happy with the turnout, the way the fans supported us from minute 1 to the end. So yeah, we're happy.
Well done tonight, Bahio. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bit of a random question, literally. Oh, not the end of the season you wanted with Arsenal, but how are you feeling and all that? No, it's not a couple of football talking about it. Fucking international football. Tick to the international stage, love. But yeah, Gary says relax. Yes, exactly. Like he's like Brother Angel, what Bakayo said there. You can go off now, relax, and enjoy it. Have a few weeks off on holiday and all that. Yeah, you deserve it. You not just for this year alone, but for the last 4 or 5 years, you've merited the rest. Go and get your respite and get yourself prepared for the pre-season and all that as best as possible as well. But with that, guys, that's it. We are going to tap out now. I will now be back hopefully on Wednesday. Hopefully Wednesday, as it stands. As I said earlier, as it stands, the next Who Am I quiz is coming up on this Wednesday evening. So keep an eye out for that as we sort all that out over the next couple of days. And yeah, apart from that, anything else transfer-wise, we'll keep you updated as well as it comes along. Anything new signings actually officially happen. As I say, we'll keep you updated. Contract renewals get officially announced to Saliba and Reece Nelson. We'll keep you updated on them as well. Aside from that, until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, up the Arsenal. Come on, you gunners.